I'm a teacher without a classroom now, and I'm working for the Virginia Museum of Natural History. We don't have a building here in Charlottesville anymore. We used to have one close to UVA. I think they took it away, and I think UVA uses the building now. So the big museum is down in Martinsville, Virginia, which is southwest Virginia. Okay. We have a lot of things, and so we store them here, and so we kind of like bring the museum to you. All right. And so today we're going to talk about something that you've been studying, I think. So you've already been learning about food chains and food webs, and maybe you see some words, some science words that you've been using. Thumbs up if you see some words you know. Excellent. Okay. All right. So, I'm sorry, did I introduce Miss Newman?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Newman, she's videotaping me. So, because I'm learning about, I kind of know this stuff, but there's always more to learn. And as you know, you're going to learn the rest of your life. Okay, and you learn by observing, you learn by listening, you learn by reading, you learn by talking to people, you learn by researching, you learn by going to museums, okay, or going to presentations. So that is, hopefully today you will learn at least something new in your science toolkit, okay? All right, so you see a lot of animals. The animals that we have here, these are called mounts. So like this is a fox. He was alive at one time. And so a person called a taxidermist, it's a man or a woman who goes to school to learn how to take dead animals, take their furs, and they basically have like a little statue under here, and they wrap the furs around. And so everything on this animal is original and real except for the eyes. The eyes, they use kind of like marbles that look like eyes to put it in. When you come to the table, we're going to ask you not to touch the mounts, okay? Because we have oils in our skin, and if we go to a lot of schools, a lot of kids, a lot of adults look at these. If everybody touched them, they wouldn't last long at all. Now, we have pelts, animal furs. You're able to touch these. And we're going to show you their skulls. We're going to be looking at the way skulls of animals look to try to figure out what they eat. So we have the fox. Oh, do you know which color fox this is? Because we have two foxes in Virginia. Well, he has a particular name.
The red fox.
We have gray foxes and red foxes. Which one do you think he is?
Gray.
He is the gray fox, even though he has a little red. Okay, and then,
That's a red fox.
let's see, is this the red fox?
Yes.
Yes. So do you see the difference there? Okay, and so you're able to really pick this up and feel it, okay? Now, same with this mount. Okay, this is the otter. Okay, this is a river otter. Okay, and we'll talk more about him. We do have some animals that are not real. So, you know, when you come up here, you can touch our he's not.
What about the fish?
The fish is real. Just look at it carefully. Don't touch it as well. Okay?
Boys and girls, same rules.
Where is the fish?
You see the fish on there?
Hannah, same rules. If you want to say something, you need to raise your hand. Hannah, come over here.
It's real, but it's not alive. You know the difference. You know what I mean? When you say, "Is it real?" It's real, but it's not alive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Okay.
it's already dead.
All right, guys. I'm gonna not take a lot of questions right away. So hold your questions, hold your hands down, and just listen for a while. Okay? And I will try to get your questions. So, animals in nature. We're an animal, right? Let's think about what is it that animals need to survive. One thing, they need water.
Food.
They need food.
They need shelter.
They need shelter, right? Anything else?
Oxygen.
Yeah, they need air, space. Okay? Is that it?
No.
All right.
Sunlight.
Sunlight. most important thing on Earth, or what is the most important source of energy? The sun. The sun. Because without the sun, nothing would be here. Nothing. We wouldn't be here. That's right. That's right. That's right. So this is the ultimate source of energy because this energy warms us, it gives us light, and it also does something very important for this group of living things. So, what do you know about plants? That's very important, yes. They need sunlight. What do they do with that sunlight? Okay. What do they do in their leaves that we can't do? And what else? What else? They make food. Okay? Let's look at this word. Everybody say this word. Producers. Plants are producers. Now, in our world, when we look outside, believe it or not, this is the most abundant. We have more producers than anything else on this earth. Even in the ocean, we have producers because we have algae. And you have plant life. That's right. Right. It's a phytoplankton. So anyway, the producers provide lots of food and energy for all other animals. Now, does that mean that all animals eat plants? No. So we have animals that eat lots of different things, and we have different names. Here's an herbivore, we have omnivores, we have carnivores, and then we even have something called scavengers and decomposers. So which of these animals, and let's talk, and this word here really fits everybody. We're consumers. We consume food. Everybody, show me how you consume food. Right, it goes into our mouth. Okay, so as a consumer, do we eat producers?
No. Well, yeah.
Did you eat a salad ever?
No.
Never?
No.
How about collards? How about cabbage?
Yeah.
All right. So you eat French fries? Yeah. They are a plant. They're actually a tuber, or like a root. They're potatoes. Exactly. Exactly.
My
So
mama told me I can't eat them, but I told her they eat vegetables.
they are vegetables. Okay. All right. So as a consumer, we eat lots of plants and vegetables. All right. So does that mean that I don't eat meat or whatever? Let's think about what do you have in your mouth that helps you eat? Your tongue and your teeth. Do you have a lot of teeth?
No.
Yeah, you have a lot of teeth. You know what? Scientists actually look at mouths of animals, and they can determine what they eat based on their shapes of their mouth. So, now let's think about some of the animals that eat plants. So we have herbivores. Okay, what's this guy right here? Squirrel. So this is a gray squirrel. What does he eat?
Nuts.
He has nuts. Nuts from the plants, from a tree. A lot of times it's acorns or walnuts or something like that. Okay, this is the fruit of a plant.
Apple.
What animal do you think really loves to eat apples?
Horses.
Horses. All right, let's look and see if I can find.
Oh, it's a cricket that fell off.
Ah, where is that picture?
Behind Mrs. Mouse.
Oh, yes. Okay, look at this. A deer. So who's an herbivore that loves to eat? Yes. So in the fall here, the white-tailed deer loves that. We didn't bring the white-tailed deer pelt, did we? Okay. How many of you seen a deer before?
I've seen.
And you know the white tail?
My mom got.
No stories right now.
First
Just-
story.
Just
Yep.
raise your hand to
Yeah,
answer.
can't, all right, so, what about this? This is Mrs. Mouse. Now, Mrs. Mouse is not real, but she's running around all over the yard, and she's eating lots of seeds and grasses and all that, and she has, and eat all winter, even under the snow, okay? So, she eats lots of plants. And when she has babies about once a month, look how many babies she might have.
Whoa.
Okay, so the population increases. Do you guys talk about population at all?
Yes.
Yeah, so the population increases, but do you think they all survive?
No.
Why? Or why would they not all survive? What's going to happen to them?
Raise your hand.
Yeah?
They get eaten by cats and roaches and then they get trapped.
Okay. So they are actually food for other animals. Animals that eat meat, right? So an animal, a carnivore or maybe an omnivore would come along and eat these. And so as a result, only one may actually survive. So yes, cats do. So as a result, guys, is the food chain a good thing for us?
Yes.
Do we want it to stay balanced?
Yes.
What if the animal that eats this mouse, what if all of a sudden we as humans kill them all? What would then happen?
Raise your hand.
Would there be?
Cash.
Then they would all die, and then.
Well, wait a minute.
Mice?
If we
Yeah.
killed, let's see, who eats the mouse? Help me with this.
Owls.
Well,
Owls
let's
and-
see,
owls and hawks.
owls. All right, so let's just say, for example, owls and cats,
And the snake.
snakes. There you go.
Then the mice population would grow too big,
Mhm.
and there would be like mice everywhere.
That's right. That's right. You would see the ground actually like squirming and wiggling, right? Okay. So it's important to understand that in nature, everything has a purpose. Everything is either food or homes or something that helps the animals survive. Nothing is wasted. Okay. So even when something dies, there's something that comes along and eats it. All right. So who is this little guy right here? I'm going to gently pick him up. He's no, he is not alive. He's real, but not alive. Okay. Do you know what this guy is?
A chipmunk.
It's a chipmunk. Right. Now chipmunks and squirrels and we don't have a beaver, but I'm going to show you this picture of a beaver, and there's some other pictures. These guys all have something very special. They have a special adaptation in their mouth that helps them to eat what they. Do you know what that is? They do. They have longer, and you know what color they are?
Beaver teeth.
Yellow.
They're kind of like orangey yellow. Exactly. In fact, look at. Let's see if I can. So this is an example of the beaver teeth. Okay, that's in the front. Okay, and they grow and grow and grow every day, and he has to file them down by chewing. What does the beaver chew on? Trees and sticks, right? Okay, and so even when you come up, I want you to make sure that you look. I don't want you to touch the squirrel, but make sure that you can see his little orange teeth as well. So if these guys could not find their food to eat, what would happen to their teeth?
They get super
Raise
long.
And yeah, and then they would probably even grow into their underneath here, and eventually they would die. Exactly, and then they would be food for someone else, right? Because remember, when things die, somebody else comes along to eat them. All right, so we have some skulls up here of herbivores. Now, moving on to the herbivores, here's a picture of a beaver chewing on the tree. Here is a stick that has teeth marks where the beaver has chewed on. Okay, when you come up here, you will see the fur.
Beavers?